Good morning, folks. In today's segment, we'll be talking about Ethereum's price action and why it is oversold. More importantly, where are those buy and sell zones, and what can you really do, or what are the key takeaways by looking at the price action? So that will be our part of our conversation today. Before we do that, as always, it is important for me to go through this brief disclaimer which is right in front of you. Now, guys, just a bit about me very briefly. I come with a wealth of 15 years of trading experience. During this time period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America, currently providing services as a chief analyst to Trade. Now, when we look at the daily chart for Ethereum, what becomes very, very clear to all of us is that the price has absolutely lost its momentum, because once the price was trading right over here above that 4,000 price level, and now the price is trading where that 1926 sort of a price level is trading in. Now, for the last few days, especially yesterday, we have seen some intense sell-off, and I'm really sort of referring to this particular massive sell-off that happened yesterday. Now, of course, all of this sell-off is happening because China, really sort of changing, well, not changing, I will say, making its narrative even more strong against cryptocurrency, and as it begins to crack down those miners which are based in China and they're mainly Bitcoin miners. But of course, when Bitcoin falls, being the religion of the space, everything else falls with it as well. And that is why we have seen this massive sell-off in the Bitcoin price. But what is quite important for us to note is that earlier this month we saw this massive sell-off when Bitcoin price fell to these particular price level, just shy of that 1567 price level. Now, as of yesterday, of course, the price sort of came into the same area of that support zone, but it hasn't gone to all the way down to the lows of this particular candle. Now, of course, we'll be looking at in a lot more detail of where that support zone is, and especially if this support zone is the best support zone, or in terms of a buy zone for you guys to really look at, or where the price can really bounce off once again. Now, that's exactly we'll be discussing in this particular video. Now, of course, guys, if you like the content, if you like what we are really discussing in this particular video, please feel free to smash that like button. And remember that markets do change, and that means you need to subscribe to the channel in order to get all the important updates about this particular price action. Now, first of all, when we look at the price action over here, we see that there is this blue band on the price action, and then you have three different moving averages, namely 50, 100, and 200 as simple moving averages. Now, the rule of thumb is usually whenever the price pierces the upper level of this Bollinger Band, because we have two levels, one being on the low side, the other one being on the upper side, and in between that, you have your 20-day simple moving average. Whenever the price sort of pierces the upper level of the Bollinger Band, like it did over here, like it did over here, like it did over here, the price usually reverses back towards its mean being your 20-day simple moving average, and that's what happened over here, that's what will happen over here, and that's what happened over here. And the opposite is on the other side, that whenever the price pierces the lower level of the Bollinger Band, like it did over here, like it did over here, like it did over here, it reverses back towards its mean. And more importantly, the price is piercing the lower level of the Bollinger Band, and meaning it is going to reverse back towards its mean. With respect to the moving averages, as long as the price continues to trade above those moving averages, we can be sure that the price is really going to stay, bulls are going to stay in control of the price. But when the price breaks below the moving averages, like it did over here, like it did over here, it shows that more weakness is coming in terms of a price action. And at the same time, when the price is trading well far away, like it did over here, from its 50-day simple moving average, it also means that the price is going to reverse towards its mean, and that is your 50-day simple moving average, like it did over here. And then that also shows that when the price is basically too far from its mean, that reversal is going to happen. And now we are seeing the same sort of that price action as well, because price is trading well away from its 50-day simple moving average, and that means the price is likely to move back towards its mean. And look where the price has bounced off yesterday, just near its 200-day simple moving average. Now, of course, the 200-day simple moving average is a very important indicator, because this is where institutions will usually buy. Now, in terms of our support zone, we're going to draw those support zones now. And then for us, the immediate support zone is just between that 1716 to 1866 being our first support zone. But remember, this support zone sort of extends all the way to this area over here. And that means that anywhere between 1549 to 1866, all of that, we have a support zone on top of support zone. So we have a better support zone between 1716 to 1549, and then we have another support zone which is from 1716 to 1866, where exactly the price is bouncing off now. Now, if we look at the RSI is clearly oversold, and it shows that the bounce is likely to occur. So that is what we are going to focus on in terms of that price action. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what should be our target? Our target should be right on top of these particular candles. It is just where the 50-day simple moving average is trading. So that 2,800 sort of a price level is our minimum sort of a resistance that we will be looking at. Because it is resistance, I'm going to change the color of the resistance line to red. So to conclude once again, guys, what we are really looking at is the support number one over here, 1716 to 1866. But then we have another support zone between 1549 to 1716. Our resistance is over here. Again, markets will change, and that means please do subscribe to the channel, because if you are, you will get the most up-to-date price action. And of course, if you like it, smash the like button at the same time as well. Otherwise, I'll see you guys same place next time.